Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Shal Gulhati, Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Today I'm going to talk to you about Shiva and science. We have already done two videos earlier which were called Shiva and Science Part 1 and Part 2, and so today you can think of this as a sequel to those two. I'm going to talk to you about something very interesting that modern scientists discovered and what they postulated, and I'm also going to take the help of Lord Krishna's example to elucidate this to you. About 100 years ago, when our scientists made very powerful microscopes and they were able to see particles of matter in their absolute minuteness. They started discovering electrons and protons and neutrons and atoms, and they were startled to make the discovery that what we think is the smallest particle of matter is sometimes a particle, yes, but at other times it is a wave. And when they saw this repeatedly, they were flabbergasted. It is almost as though the particle had a mind of its own, and when it is being observed, it ran away like a wave. So they were not sure whether the smallest unit of matter is a particle or a wave, and they termed it a wavicle. Now, when they were discovering all this, this became the advent of quantum physics. Physics of the absolutely small. Before that, we had Newtonian physics. Every action has an equal reaction and things like that, which Newton had taught. And that physics helped us to understand how the bodies of the world are governed. But with the advent of quantum physics, we realized that at a particular very minute level, the laws of physics which govern the movement of everything become different. So this was very fascinating for them. At the same time, Einstein also postulated about general relativity, which is the physics of the large, of the cosmos, of heavenly bodies, of Uranus and Neptune and Saturn and Earth and all these celestial bodies. Now, these were two huge branches of physics, one dealing with the extra large, the other dealing with the extra small, and scientists wanted to collate these two. They wanted to see where they can have a theory which collates the two physics, and they named it the theory of everything, which is very ambitious. Scientists are working on it even now. They want to have a theory which is called simply the theory of everything, and that can explain everything. How big things move, how small things move, and how they collaborate with each other. But so far, despite great efforts, they have not been able to actually make a theory of everything. The best that the scientists have come up with is called the string theory, which is a bit on that wavicle thing. So when they realized that particles are actually energy and they move around, they dance around, they are in waves, so they came out with string theory, and which is very close to Hinduism, because it is in Hinduism, specifically in Shaivism, where we know of energy and vibration to be Shakti, Shiva's power. So they have a string theory, but they are working on a theory of everything. And as I said, that would require both the physics of the large and the physics of the small, to be able to collate and make sense. Now, this is seeming to be a very difficult task till now, but I want to draw your attention to the Shiva Sutras again. The Shambhav there is a sutra number 6, which says, Shakti Chakra Sandhan Vishwa Samhar. When a yogi is in such deep meditation that he is conjoined with the Shakti Chakra, with every energy, every manifestation of Shiva Shakti, when he's conjoined with all the vibrations that the universe has, then Vishva Samhar, the universe as he knew it earlier, dissolves. And this actually doesn't mean that the universe just goes away. It means our perception, our understanding of the universe becomes totally different. Now, what is Shakti Chakra Sandhan? I said I will take Lord Krishna's help to explain this. We all know that in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun was not wanting to fight his cousins and his teachers, and Lord Krishna gave him his song divine, which is the Bhagavad Gita, and around chapter 11, he finally showed him his Virat Rupam. And we have all seen those pictures. Lord Krishna in his Virat Rupam, and Arjun the warrior is looking at him, and the two armies, the Kauravas and the Pandavas, are frozen in a frozen shot when this beautiful divine dialogue is going on. And we see that after the Bhagavad Gita, after the Virat Rupam, Arjun becomes ready to do his karma, to fight the war which Duryodhana has called for. So what is this transformation that takes place in Arjun when he sees the Virat Rupam? Actually, before Arjun has seen the Virat Rupam, before he has seen the vastness of Krishna, he thinks that he is a poor little being in the universe, stuck in Kurukshetra, and this is his karma. But after the transformation, he realizes that at some point, the entire universe is within us. What is that point? That point is Shakti Chakra Sandhan. That point is where all at once, the past and the future, the east and the west, everything is known all at once. Arjun looks into Krishna and sees Duryodhana not only dying a few minutes later or a few hours or a few days later, but also being born at the same time. He sees himself not only on Kurukshetra, but being born and then his final exit. Everything in that one moment of God's transcendence is happening together, because in that absolute transcendence, there is no time. Everything is all together in what we call God. And therefore, when we have that kind of insight, that is when we will be able to collate the smallest with the largest. Because as it is with time, everything happening now, the past, the present, the future, all in one, so too, in that transcendence, in Shakti Chakra, everything, small or large, gets collated in a way that we understand how these two, quantum physics and general relativity, can actually tango together. They can have a dance together on Shiva's dance floor. So to understand these two, to understand the theory of everything, I believe we need to go back to Shiva's dance floor. I hope you like this video. Join me again next Monday, and I will be back with another Shiva wisdom for you. Om Namah Shivaya.